us was bad. Well, now we got a third. Yeah. This is Susan.
Hi.
Also known as Mimi, also known as her mother.
My mom.
Yeah. 3 generations. You're a lucky bunch.
Very true. All in the same room at the same time, imparting all this wisdom and gorgeousness.
There's a lot of craziness going on right now.
The kind of good fun crazy, the kind we embrace, like fun-loving, hot mess, sometimes dumpster fire.
Yeah. Amazing. Anyways, today we're talking about... I don't remember. Okay, we're talking about body image and just image in this social perception of image throughout generations. That's why we have one generation and then another and then me. You have the Gen Z, the whatever, and then the boomer. Yeah.
Boom, boom. Yeah. Boom, boom in the house. And I am Gen X, the forgotten generation, as always, that you couldn't even remember to say it.
I didn't remember.
I know. And sadly, that was not even,
to be honest,
scripted. We don't even script anything. And the fact that people always forget Gen X, I'll work that out in therapy.
That's not today's topic.
I know. So yes, societal expectations in regards to physical appearance. And really talking about it throughout the generations and how that maybe has remained similar and maybe how it has evolved over time. So I don't know, Mom, can you give us a little bit of history, what it was like, especially as a teenager and young woman growing up with the expectations?
Definitely different than today. Definitely.
Really? In what way?
The clothes we wore to school. We had to wear the pantyhose, the dresses, the dress shoes. I mean, there were no jeans or nothing fun.
Nothing fun.
But we were used to it, so I don't think that we knew what we were missing.
Mm-hmm. Like you always were dressed up to a T.
Yes. That was just expected. It's just, and I think even after high school, I continued on because I can remember when you girls were little, I had the dresses on at home and the pantyhose.
But just being around the house wearing that?
Just around the house. I mean, they were kind of casual dresses, but I continued with it. I was probably late 20s before I ever had a pair of jeans.
Mm.
And
did they have jeans back then?
Yes. I think. I don't know. I never bought any. Because when you went school shopping for dresses, skirts, sweaters, and, a fall coat, a winter coat, a spring coat. Just so different than it is today. Today is more relaxed, more casual, and I prefer that now. And I think you were in high school before I ever slipped on a pair of your sweats and realized how wonderful they were.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't even think, I never wore sweats to school. I wore sweats to practice, for basketball practice, but I always wore, I did wear jeans a lot and maybe, I don't even think I wore tennis shoes day to day to school.
No, they were for sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how old I was before I got my first pair of tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
30s.
Really?
Maybe 40s.
So that was the clothes. What was it like for the expectations for your overall appearance, weight, makeup, hair? What was that like?
It had to be done every day. I mean, it just was. Learned how to sit up straight. Posture was very important. Walking was important. Standing for family pictures. You better stand straight like a lady. Have your legs together, your feet straight.
I feel like I need to adjust now.
Or Mom was unhappy. You were expected to stand like a lady.
What does that mean, like a lady?
I don't know. You just knew what a lady did. You knew that you didn't, you sat with your legs together. You sat with, you sat with them crossed or the ankles crossed, but you acted like a lady. And I can remember in home ec just learning how to walk properly.
You mean there was a class where you learned how to walk?
Yeah, with the book on your head held high.
I thought that was just like on television. Like people really did that?
Yeah. Yes. It was just normal. I mean, you learned how to wash your face properly. You wash it with warm water, and you always rinse your face with cold water because that closes the pores. I mean, you just learn things like that. You learn to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when I graduated in 1970, and I don't know if it's because of the family I came from, but college wasn't an issue. It wasn't expected. It wasn't even discussed. I mean, granted, I started beauty school and quit that when I found out people had nasty hair. But yeah, it just, honestly, growing up, I thought the ugly girls went to college.
Well,
and I know
tell us how you really feel.
And I know that's not correct because they had dreams and they chased them. They were smart enough to chase them.
Mm-hmm. So you've talked about like the hair always being done. What about, because like looking back at some of the things from the 70s and stuff, what about weight?
Oh, well, I think when I hit 16, I quit eating.
What do you mean? You quit?
It was important not to be fat.
Okay, so let's not endorse eating disorders, but what was going on that you
I think people were more conscious of their weight back then. I mean, I don't think that you found the kids heavy as much as they do now. I mean, we didn't have the soda, the candy that's so common now. Mm-hmm. Eating out was unheard of at my home, the home I grew up in.
Right. So I'm thinking, trying to think growing up, and it's hard to remember, like, but I will say I'm an 80s child growing up in the 80s, like makeup. We loved our makeup
and hairspray.
And hairspray and big hair.
Yes.
Right? Like yes. It was high and big and the Aquanet. And we spent time doing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And that was important. So.
And I think how you dressed was important. And the shoes always matched.
Yes. The shoes, the outfit had to match. Mm-hmm. And then whatever was in style. Stirrup pants were there in style for a while.
Uh-huh.
The socks over the bottom of the pant leg. Mm-hmm. So, but what are you wrinkling your nose for?
It was in style.
It was. I got nothing to say to that.
But it sounds like it's still the same thing. Like, always feeling like you had to, like, what are other people wearing? How are they doing their hair? I mean, I don't know that I ever looked around and said, I just remember wanting to do my makeup, wanting to do my hair like that. Probably the clothes and shoes, especially. I do remember, like, what do other people wearing? And I would like to that. I remember wanting a pair of kangaroo tennis shoes so bad. I know, because they had zipper pockets that you could put stuff into.
I don't remember those.
Yeah. But like, what was it? The, what were the jeans? Was it Chick and Jordache and, but like all those brand names back then, like those were important.
Yes. And having a pair. Yes.
But looking back, I mean, I'm certain not everybody could do that. And how that may have felt like belonging or not belonging, or so I wonder sometimes some of these societal expectations, how much were we putting on ourselves? And then, how much does that lead to some of that anxiousness with social comparison and, self-esteem issues?
But don't you think that's true of every generation?
Yes. I'm wondering, how have you felt growing? Like any pressures with physical appearance? Because I think it would be worse.
I think there's a lot. Do I feel it? Not really. But I think there's so much plastic surgery nowadays. Like, my personal opinion, people are just boring to look at. Because everyone has the same face. Everyone has the same nose. Everyone's getting Botox, nose jobs, eye lifts, eyebrow lifts.
Everyone. Do you mean like everyday people or just celebrities?
Everyday people.
Like people you know?
Not people I know, because people I know are broke. But people go out of their way to do these things.
And what do you think motivates that?
The celebrities I see online. They want that celebrity's nose. Well, that celebrity's nose is fake. They bought that nose. So now you have to too.
And because I have seen people go a little overboard with some of that. Like they actually try to change their physical characteristics to look completely and
that's just weird.
Almost in this very obsessive ick way.
That's just weird. People look boring. They don't look unique anymore. Yeah. That's what I have to say about that.
And so I wonder, though, too, and that's where I was saying earlier, I think it would be really challenging now because you guys are exposed to so much more. Before, when I was growing up, we just had the teen magazines and 3 channels. So, there were some movie stars or, actors or actresses that you modeled after somewhat, but it wasn't flooded like you all are nowadays. The constant on social media and shorts and things like that.
I think the social media would really make it hard for girls now
to feel
more pressure.
More pressure. Okay, so apparently this is a thing, and y'all, my mind's a little blown. I'm trying to understand it and not be judgy, but we say we don't judge, and yet we understand we are sort of judgy. These young 10, 11-year-old girls who are buying these $60 Sephora moisturizers. What is up? I buy my little $5 generic moisturizer.
That's crazy. Who can afford that?
My moisturizer is $38, $40. But first of all, I tried the cheap stuff. It didn't work well for my skin.
And that may be true.
And I'm also an adult. I didn't start using a $40 moisturizer until I was 21.
Right, because I'm not buying it for you.
Exactly.
But you do bring up a good point that as somebody with sensitive skin, if I would buy whatever it is that worked, it just so happens I'm very lucky. And I have tried more expensive. This is just what works for my skin.
And
so
I've
maybe I would
yours.
And
I've tried yours and it just dries out my skin.
Right. So fair. I probably would spend whatever to do that. But what do you think is happening at 10, 11?
I think from 10 to 13, maybe 14, you can use generic stuff. You can use regular lotion. You don't need a $60 moisturizer.
Do they even need it? I don't even think I knew what lotion or moisturizer was at that age.
No, they're also using retinols and stuff like that.
Wait, what?
That's for old people. I don't even use that.
I don't even use retinol.
I don't even use that. Should I be?
I don't know. To be fair, there are some things with genetics that I think our skin does go well in our family. To be fair,
we're gorgeous. What can we say?
Skin, and moisturize from the inside. Lots of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's water in your coffee, Victoria.
Yes.
And the ice. You're safe.
Yes. Good. But these 13 and 14-year-olds who look like 18, 19-year-olds, that's insane. Knock it off.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point for it.
But what do you think's going on for them? That they feel like they have to look like that?
I think a lot of it is they see these 20, 22, 24-year-olds online on social media. You think some of the major influencers like Alex Earl, she's the only one coming to my mind at the moment, but she's like 24, 26, somewhere around there. And they want to be like that person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think people are very impressionable, and the internet is an easy place to have those impressions put on to people.
Right. And it is. So if there was a 10, 12, 13-year-old who saw our podcast, saw you and said, oh, Victoria's beautiful, I want to look just like her, what would you tell her?
I didn't start wearing makeup until I was a freshman in high school, and it was concealer and mascara. And my skincare routine was Stridex and lotion, like body lotion.
So
guys, you don't need it.
You don't need it.
You don't need it.
Just be okay being your age.
Yeah.
Because if they're that young, trying to look 18, what are they going to do when they are 18? I mean, what's going to be their goal then?
Yeah. But, I wonder too, if some of this is like all the posing that goes on and everything has to be camera ready or video ready, for whatever snaps or things that they're doing.
But at 10 to 14, you should not be doing that. Like, there's no point for it. You shouldn't even be on social media. We got into that in another place. But most apps don't even let you be on it till you're 13. So, like, chill out. You're not of age to be doing this.
So mamas, be strong out there. Like, it's hard.
Uh-huh.
And I have had, because I've been like, because it's some of the adults, right, that are buying these things. And it made sense to me, though, when I asked some parents, like, okay, but why are we buying this? And they're saying, like, if that's the gift that they want for their birthday or Christmas, I mean, think about it.
When I was 12, I wanted American Girl dolls. Which, yes, are more expensive, but they are age appropriate.
True.
Yes.
And more fun.
So much more fun. You get more use out of it.
And I know when you wanted it, because as a mom, I was like, are you kidding me? Those are expensive. However, I think when you wanted those and we went to get them, it was really about the experience. It was about going through, and because you're buying the story really with the American Girl dolls.
There is no experience with buying makeup and skincare.
No, but maybe that's buying a dream or a desire. They want to look a certain way. And if they use these products that people are promoting.
That just sounds really sad and pathetic.
Yeah, but not for young girls that look up to people, that want to be like, there's nothing wrong with having role models. And I think that that's important to keep in mind.
I think it's important to keep in mind that a role model, you're supposed to be looking at the good they're doing and not what they look at.
So, and because I was just thinking too, because we're talking maybe some things that are a little bit more specific to girls, but not always, because guys are using, and non-binary people, they're using lotions and makeups and hair products. However, it made me think too about sports stars who are role models and wanting to wear certain things, the apparel that they're having or the shoes that they have. And so I think that's all part of physical appearance and image and some of the workouts and lifting weights or things like that. So these are still relevant. And I think what you're saying is role models are good, but what are they modeling? Are they modeling characteristics and values that help you grow?
A role model should never be based off a look. because that's not a role model. That's just a model that you're following because you like how they look.
Mm. What do you think, Mom? Like, has that been like going back?
I think growing up, no. I mean, I can remember looking at the magazines, the movie stars, and and Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, they were beautiful, but to try to emulate that, no. I think we just admired them and turned the page. We didn't, or I didn't. Maybe other girls did. I don't know. But it never entered my mind to try to dress like them or do my makeup like them. And I don't know. I maybe the kids do now because they're exposed to more social media than we were.
Maybe, but then also, like, I also think, like, wasn't Audrey Hepburn and stuff? And I think people modeled after her at that time, didn't they? And Jackie O and some of those. Like, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, the Jackie O glasses.
Yes,
and,
that.
But...
And maybe the hairstyles. Maybe we did model that.
So they maybe were some of the trendsetters. But it was maybe some realistic things that you could do, how you were styling your hair, wore your makeup.
Right. I just think, it was a magazine and you didn't see a lot of the magazines. We just weren't exposed to it like the kids are nowadays.
And I would probably say the same growing up for me. Like, yeah, you saw some movies and you saw it in the teen magazines and this and that, and you like certain things. But even there wasn't a ton of advertisement. What was big, I remember Noxzema was, that's what you put on your face, and, and the Stridex, I think it was still then. But I don't ever remember never having an urge of like, oh, I would give anything to look like that, and thinking that it was possible. So maybe the advances in plastic surgery makes things feel like they're more possible. I don't know.
I think it's a lot of influencers tend to push certain products for the sponsorships that they give. And so many of these products sell a certain result that you're not actually going to get.
They sell a prompt, like, pick the person.
They sell a hope.
Do this. They sell a hope. That they can look like that. And so we're all buying those dreams where these young people are.
Everything out there is fake. Every photo you see in a magazine is photoshopped. Hate to tell you.
Even Snapchat.
Even Snapchat.
Yeah, with the filters, it's like, I wish I could look like
TikTok.
That for real.
Every influencer you see, almost every influencer you see is using a beauty filter or a smooth skin filter. Yeah.
Do we use that on our final product?
I do not, because I don't know how to do that in editing.
You need to learn.
I don't know. I want us to
know how I look just fine.
Yeah.
Well, and okay, but let's say, for instance, I don't want to put this out there and be challenged to do this, but if you said, hey, Mom, we're going to do a barefaced, I would struggle with that.
I start every one of my get ready with me TikToks barefaced. I don't think I'd care.
You don't think you would care? I don't know that I could do that.
I wouldn't.
See, I think I was growing up like, girl, put your makeup on. Like, you didn't let us go out of the house without it.
I would like to say that I didn't show up to class without makeup on. I don't frequently leave the house without makeup on because I like to do makeup. But I have no problem going out and about without makeup.
Right. And I'll go to the grocery store occasionally, on the weekends. It's nice to not have to do the makeup, just pull the hair back. But I feel comfortable in my own skin. I think it's just, I like how I feel and how I look. I feel better. I feel more confident. I do it for myself, not because I worry. And I don't think I do it because I worry about how other people will judge me. But maybe because I always want to look my best if I'm going out. So maybe I am. I don't know.
I do it because, like, as you said, it makes me feel more confident. But it also protects your skin.
That's true.
I mean, I've always worn makeup in the summertime when it's hot, and I'm not sure why I'm doing it. I did it every day when I worked in a factory for a lot of years, just because it was just me. I wouldn't go to work or school without the makeup.
I don't think I've ever gone to work or school without makeup. Or if I did, it was, we had a pool day or something, it wasn't.
Or never gone to work without at least trying to do something with my hair.
Yeah. Well, and I can't remember this CEO. It's somebody I follow. She's fabulous. I love a lot of what she says. And one of the things that she pointed out was that one thing that women do that's more indicative of salary is women who wear makeup are likely to make 30% more in their salary.
I can believe that.
I can too.
I can definitely believe that.
All I'm saying is a man can roll out of bed, run his hands through his hair, and go to a job interview. But a girl has to put makeup on, do their hair, dress appropriate, not too revealing, but sometimes too conservative is an issue.
And so that sometimes it is hard to always be guessing. Because if you're wanting a job in a job interview, you want to get the job. And so what is it that they're looking for?
And a woman has to worry about that more so than a man does.
And I bet, especially being in a career like you have, the physical appearance.
We talked a few weeks ago about the fact that I was an SPC facilitator, statistical process control, and I was in charge of the entire plant as far as the data gathered. And I analyzed it and made corrections. And we had big meetings for a week with Ford, GMC, and we had to pass what they expected of us. And SPC was a large part of it. And I represented that because I was the only one in that department. But after it was over, and I got a great grade on it, my boss, who was like the shift manager, he said something about how pretty I was, and he thought that helped get our flags that we flew out front. And it's like, I think I'd rather think we got them because I did a good job.
That it was your skills and intelligence and all of that. But what you were praised for was because you looked good or pretty.
And even during a job interview at the same factory, I was interviewing for a supervisor's job. And the question was raised, did I plan on having more children? Because that was an issue if I was.
So again, some of those different expectations with those. Right. So I'm thinking too, like, have I been in situations with interviews? I mean, I do. You always think, I guess I would be thinking about how can I present my best self? And it is, what am I going to wear? What am I, and I don't think the makeup or hair is ever a question. Like, it's just done.
Let me tell you, when I walk into Home Depot, all dolled up, hair, all sorts of cute, my eyes watering, sorry. Wearing a cute little fit. I'm in there to work. That is my job. It's not my job. But I'm in Home Depot multiple times a week. I know where everything is. But a man always has to stop me and ask me what I'm doing, like what I'm looking for. And they don't take, no, I'm all good, I don't need your help, very well at all.
They want to be helpful?
Of course, they want to help a cute little girl. According to your husband, that's his exact response.
That's what they said? Or he said?
Yes. Your husband's like, they want to help a cute little girl. You're in there all dolled up. They want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I'm picking up 2x4s minding my own business. I have 6 of them in the cart already. I don't need 7 different employees to come up to me throughout the process and say, do you need help? No, I do not. She thinks I have a problem with white men. With old white men, sorry.
But also that is their job to help.
It is their job.
But they don't do it.
And I think you get upset because you feel like they're not taking you serious or that you don't know what you're doing.
Correct.
When you clearly
If I had sent your husband to the store, not a single one of them would have stopped and asked him if he needed help.
And why do you think that is?
Because he's an old white man. I'm gonna get canceled anyways.
No, but I think that's a valid point, which is
he looks like he knows what he's doing. He looks like a blue collar worker. He's got calloused hands. He's always covered in some sort of dirt.
And you come in looking all cutesy. How could you possibly know?
Full face of makeup, sometimes false lashes, hair curled. I got my little bell-bottom jeans on.
And so, like, this girl doesn't know what she's doing.
And yet, I walked in through this specific time. I had walked in through the pro entrance.
Because you're a pro.
Because I'm a pro, obviously.
So our readers may need to understand that you have grown up doing renovations.
Yes.
I believe by the age of 3, you had your own tool set.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you know how to do most of these things.
I know my way around Home Depot. I don't need your help. That is my second home. Anyways.
And so, but I think what you're also talking about is how does our physical appearance, right, get you either more help
or
at
less.
different, right, or less. Oh, because this did bother me one time. I don't tend to go out without, but I was living in the Chicago area and I needed to run out. I was buying something, I think, for you for Christmas, and it was jewelry, and I knew what I wanted to get, but I didn't do my hair or makeup. I was working full time, doing my graduate program. So I think I ran out and sweat, my hair pulled back, and I was at the counter and other people, like the person would not wait on me. Like they kept going to other people. And I'm like, I was there. I had my money. I knew exactly what I wanted, but it took a while. And I sort of had to like really insert myself to get somebody to help me. And I feel like I do think if I had gone in there and looked how I would probably normally go, if it wasn't during finals, then I would have probably been helped in a different way more immediately.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. Or I have a big purse, I have several.
Yes, you do.
Being new in Texas, going to this grocery store I loved, this guy followed me through the store. I guess he thought I was going to steal. I don't know. But yeah, I noticed him following me.
Was it just because you had a big purse, or were you?
I don't know. I mean, within 3 years, they knew me. They knew that I was a regular customer. I don't know if it was the big purse or that I was.
Well, you were put together or not at that moment.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I had my makeup in here.
I'm certain you did.
Yes.
Looking all pretty.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah. Went out as well as I could. But anyway, but do you think that you dress cute when you go to Home Depot to see if they'll?
I don't do it to see if they'll do it. It's usually like I've got things to do, and Home Depot's just a stop.
Okay.
Because you might have been doing it going in between classes.
Yeah, and I didn't mean that to sound like it sounded. I just I guess, were you testing them?
I don't try and
see
test
if their stupidity would flow out like normal. They are men, so it's above ground sucking air.
Canceled left and right today.
Remember, we're all works in progress. We'll be talking with Susan afterwards about.
I'm sorry.
We've tried. We've tried. We've given up.
No, we have not yet. We're all capable of.
I've given up.
On me?
Yes. I see nothing wrong with her.
Because she's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Anyways.
Well, I think we're all products of our experiences and beliefs and so forth. So,
That's true.
you know, she's had a little bit more experience to be disillusioned by men.
They've just
Not
had.
disillusioned.
We'll talk about
My
that
eyes have been opened.
Anyway, let's get back to it.
Anyway, moving on.
How you doing over there, Victoria?
I want to go home.
You want to go home?
I don't want to be a part of this.
I'm sorry.
Mom, can you pick me up now?
Why does that sound familiar? I think I did that to you too.
Yes.
A few times.
I was just remembering the time. Yes.
I'm sorry, Russell. These crazy ladies are bothering me.
They're doing some man-hating over here. Get me out.
Yes.
No, we love and appreciate everyone, including all of the amazing men in our life
That's true.
that have stayed, that we've allowed to stay with us.
I do have 3 amazing sons-in-law.
I was counting how many.
You have to use your fingers to count, Victoria?
Well, I was just trying to think. Dad.
Well, all right. Your brothers, we're keeping them. We like them. I'm keeping them. Yes, I love
really
my
fond
sons.
of them.
Yes, they're amazing young men. We're all in progress. They would say the same thing about
The
you.
quote of the episode, we're all in progress.
Maybe we need to do a sibling relationship one too. Why are we doing episodes that are we're talking about this and we're coming up with other ideas?
It happens every episode. We need to stop.
We need to stop going down rabbit
Back
holes.
to it. Don't let your kids wear crop tops.
Oh, wait, what?
New topic.
What?
New topic. I'm
Crop
hopping
tops.
around.
Oh.
Your 10-year-old should not be wearing a crop top.
Totally agree.
Your 11-year-old, no. 13, no. 14.
Who made you the age police, first of all?
Because I feel like I have a pretty good head on my shoulders, and some of these kids need some help.
They need some help.
They need some help, okay?
Well, it doesn't look proper.
It doesn't look proper. Oh my gosh. Can I tell you, I always, that's not proper.
I'm pretty sure she's said that to me before.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would be surprised if she hadn't.
I think I've said it to all my children.
So what does that mean? It's proper or it's not proper? And I think it's
like-
lady or missy
That's not ladylike. Define ladylike.
or proper.
Acting like a young lady.
Define that.
You don't act like a hooligan. I mean,
But then, that's acting like a...
depends on your age. I mean, if you're little, then go act like a hooligan. I don't care, but
But that's not ladylike. That's not proper.
no, as you, I don't know, 10, 12, you need to start sitting correctly. You need to dress properly. Skin needs to be covered.
Agreed.
And yeah, 10-year-old girls don't need to be wearing crop tops.
They don't need to be wearing booty shorts.
No.
Except at dance recitals or dance practice.
That's a whole nother... That's a whole nother topic.
That's
Yes. But in general, every day, what you're saying is,
Cover up. You're too young to be showing all that.
there's a time and a place
okay, but what?
And for a 10-year-old, there is no place for that.
other than dance recital.
But what about, like these parents, like these kids always want something and they're like, Mom, I want this.
Put your foot down.
It's exhausting sometimes.
Okay, well, you chose to be a parent, so act like one.
Act like one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't want to put the work in, shouldn't have had them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it can be exhausting.
It is exhausting.
But I do think, yes, what is it that kids need? And they need parents to say, this is what you can and can't do, what you can and can't wear for now, because I'm your parent, I'm your provider. When you're 18 and on your own, feel welcome to do whatever.
I'm just thinking about Northwest and her little mini skirt and her platform boots and her corset top, walking around Italy, just as a 12-year-old.
What?
You have to show her the pictures afterwards. And so I get what thought goes through your head or feelings for
First of all,
person?
you look like you should be 16, 17. You don't look 12. That's an issue.
So what does that mean, though, when the difference between a 12-year-old and a 12-year-old who's looking like a 16 or 17-year-old?
I think it's all about dressing your age, dressing what's appropriate for your age. Because what a 16-year-old can wear?
Well, and then you say something like a corset, and then I'm thinking you're wearing that out in public, and they how sexualized are they being? And so I think
that's people's biggest issue with it, is that
these young kids,
this is too sexualized for a 12-year-old.
Right. So kids should be kids.
Yes. Kids should be covered.
Fair. No arguments out of this court. And then again, sometimes I think kids are always going to want different things. They're going to want what they see other people have or what they're seeing on television or social media and stuff. But we typically are the ones as parents who are either buying it and saying yes or no. And so
more parents need to say no.
Say no.
Stop being a gentle parent. It's not going to get your kid anywhere.
All right.
I got opinions.
Tips from Victoria.
I got all of the opinions. I don't even like kids, and I'm going to tell you how to parent yours.
I always liked kids, but let me tell you, at your age, I remember thinking of all the things I was going to do as a parent, and I had plans to be an amazing parent. I had all the plans and ideas. Okay. I don't know. Then life happened, and
then she got me.
Well, there were a couple others in there too, and I think sometimes it was just about getting through the day.
Exactly.
But again, I think the just the pressure to look like other people, or how do you do that or be that person? That's a lot.
You need to find your own identity. Stop trying to replicate people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with today's social media, that would be very hard for young people.
It's all about confidence, self-confidence.
And maybe that has to be learned.
And I think that's been diminished by social media.
Yeah.
Probably because you're all seeing all these other things and comparing yourself to it. And I think you get exposure to so many more things, which can be good, but not in this case, because again, I worry with that amount, and especially if somebody is looking at these things, no matter what our ages are, right? If I have to look this way, be this way, dress this way, again, whether I'm capable of that. And we didn't spend a lot of time talking about size, body size and stuff, but there's just some things that I might not be able to ever wear, even though I would like to, because that's not going to look good on me. And so, but that ties in a lot to self-esteem and how we feel about ourselves. And then I go to, growing up with us, like not a lot of my friends had braces, dental braces. I mean, my sister did, but there were some reasons she had to, but that's just sort of standard now. Everybody has perfect teeth.
Everybody's getting veneers.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Well, what do you mean veneers?
Okay, this one might just be celebrities, but every celebrity,
like instead of having real teeth,
they're having veneers.
What's a veneer? I'm sorry.
It's like, well, it's like
individual
false teeth that are put. Your regular teeth are shaved down, and then they put these fake ones over top to make them look perfect.
Oh no, that sounds painful. I'm sorry.
No, is that a different? Like veneers are different than crowns.
I think that they're different in some way. I don't know what way.
Veneers are optional and elective, and whereas crowns are like, no, you really probably want something over that little nub you have.
Yeah. And I think veneers are more of looks.
For looks.
Yes.
Yeah. Versus functionality.
Yes.
I'm learning a lot here. Apparently I don't read the right magazines.
I don't know.
You're not brain rotting on TikTok.
So would you want to have any cosmetic surgery?
Would I ever do it? Like, to my face? Absolutely not. Sometimes
it's perfect the way it is.
Well, sometimes I'm like, my nose. But, like, no. I would not touch it. Because my face is so perfect. Like, for me, it's very me.
Right.
It's unique to me, and I like that. Would I get a boob job? Probably.
Wait, what? This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
This is not the first time you're hearing about this. I think I said it in passing one time.
Oh, well, I wasn't really paying attention then. Wait, what are we doing?
I just feel like they could be better. Like, they're fine. I don't need it.
Right.
But, like, if I had the money.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't turn it down.
Yeah.
It's like, why not?
Why not?
It's a little something for me.
Because it's something that you want for yourself.
Yeah.
Not because
I'm seeing someone else and I'm like, ooh, those look good. I want those.
Okay. Gotta have me that set. Would you want to have any?
Oh, I'd like at 73. I'd like a whole body makeover.
I mean, like just
getting back to being your age, dressing for your age. I think that goes with like plastic surgery and stuff. Look your age.
But you don't even look your age. You look a lot younger.
Okay, but that's natural.
I don't.
Right. But then I think it goes back to like be yourself. But if she wanted to, if it made her feel better.
Fair, but why are you doing it?
Yeah.
So I could look in the mirror when I pass by because I don't look anymore.
That's a whole nother issue that plastic surgery is not going to fix.
The weight issue.
Not the weight or I don't know. There's
things aren't where they used to be.
That's a self-esteem issue. You need therapy for that one. Not plastic surgery.
Well, or maybe if it is about like, right, because gravity takes its toll and our things that once were up, they, things are sagging more.
Just put it back where it used to be.
Exactly. Little lifts and tucks.
But that would be for me, not for anyone else.
Because you want to like what you see in the mirror?
Yeah.
But okay, so let me ask you this. Because this is a common thing. Do you think we ever truly appreciate us looking in the mirror and seeing what we're seeing now? Because I sit there and go, probably how we looked 10 years ago, we would like to look like that, but we didn't like it then.
Exactly.
Either. Are we ever happy?
No.
With what we're seeing?
I can look at pictures of when I was in my 20s and it's like, wow, I wish I could be that skinny again and that young looking again. But when I was at that age, I wasn't happy with what I saw. I wasn't skinny enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't.
And I wonder if that's at the root of a lot of this with our physical appearances. We're never enough. We look at our images and we always see something that we want to be different, to look better or be like that person. And that's with us constantly when we're looking in the mirror. And then we can look back at our older self and go, wow, I wish I looked like that.
Yeah.
But we never appreciated in that moment.
That's true. We never appreciated what we had when we had it.
Right. Because if you could look at yourself in the mirror right now, Mom, as 73 and go, I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to love what I see, because 10 years from now, when I'm 83, I'm not going to miss loving how I look right now. Like, how hard would that be to look at yourself and say that to yourself?
At 83, my mirror's going to be covered in a black blob.
Denial and avoidance works wonders for other people. I think that was like, that, when she said that, that makes me like the repression, push it down that you said earlier.
Push it down, don't feel it, you'll be fine.
Yes.
Just put black over it, don't look at it, it'll be fine.
Maybe lower the cloth long enough to brush my hair. If I have any at that age.
You don't need a mirror for that.
There you go.
I'm not so certain what we're sharing with our viewers and how healthy this is.
But I will.
I think it helps hearing that other people think the same thing.
It normalizes it.
But
So
I
at the
will.
very least,
I
that's
will
what we're
need the mirror to put my makeup on, because at 83, I'll still be putting it on.
You'll still be putting it on. You know, but I really do wonder, like, if we could just look at ourselves for a minute in the mirror and look at the things that we love about ourselves. There's always going to be the things that we don't love as much. But, you know, so this is true. Like, I've done an activity and having people look in the mirror for a full minute and just look at yourself, not to put your makeup on, not to do anything else, but just to really see yourself. And it is really hard for people to do. We're so uncomfortable.
I get freaked out by my eyes.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm staring into my own soul.
Oh.
It's never a, ooh, I don't like that. It's always a, I feel like my eyes are about ready to look the other way as I'm looking into them in the mirror.
That, or are you giving yourself the death glare that you give them?
I think that's it. I think my eyes just look dead while I'm staring into them. I'm like, okay.
And now you know other people's reaction to you.
Good. Stay on your toes.
You got to keep people hopping, huh?
You're right.
So, but I think that brings up this concept of self-love. Like, how can we just not even just be okay, but like, we see other people all the time, and I don't know about you, but I am always looking at like, oh my gosh, she has the most beautiful smile, or I love her hair, or like, I'm always noticing these amazing things in other people, and especially other women. You know, their eyes are lit up or beautiful or what, and those are the things that I see. I don't sit there and go, "Oh, girl," or like. So I wonder, are we our own worst critics with these things?
But lately I've started something new, and it's every day I'm going to tell somebody something nice that I like about them, even if I don't know them. If I'm passing somebody in the store, I'll say, "Oh, I love your top. It's so pretty."
Mm-hmm.
Or
so just noticing people and acknowledging and praise. I mean,
because it makes you feel
disconnected,
but it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, I walk away and it's like, I'm smiling because it made me happy to make her happy.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And I think I try to do that too. Like, again, because I think we're in a time where people feel really invisible and unseen and like they don't matter. And so, I mean, and I am very guilty sometimes of just going through my day, just doing what I need to do. But I do really try to take those moments and notice people and say those things too. So,
well, it's just something new I've started. And if you run into a mom where she's got 2 little ones and she's really stressed, and just saying something sweet to her.
Yeah. Yes, because you got great moms sitting here with you. So we kudos and shout out to all the moms out there.
This is not a mom show. It's not about the moms.
Although it is called
I have to tell Copilot that every time, like, hey, write me a little description about this. And it's like, for the moms. I'm like, not for the moms.
For the teens and 20-somethings, like, give us some good information. And because, and I think as I've heard from some people who've been watching us or listening to us, and that's what they're really sort of pointing out. Like, I sort of see my daughter in Victoria. It helps me understand her a little bit more, and so forth, or just even seeing some of the parenting aspects. Like, okay, so maybe now I understand how I can parent in a certain way. So we're really trying to help all those different roles. You're not to the mom role yet, Victoria. So
anyways, we're wrapping this up.
I'm
going to stop you from rambling.
Thank you.
What are your takeaways?
Oh, Mom.
Who's starting?
Just that I've learned some things tonight, just listening to you talk about the younger generation that I'm not even around anymore, that 11 and 12-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I will say for the moms out there that lose sleep at night, maybe cry because they're not quite sure they're doing a good enough job, because I've been there and so have you. But as long as you show you love them and you're there and you tell them to straighten up, act right.
Maybe not that.
Be proper.
Maybe not that.
Yeah.
That it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, my takeaways a lot of times too, same with you, is some of this is hard stuff. These are really tough topics. One, because we're going through them, as, that I struggle with my own self-perception, my own self-image, and, and what I want for myself. But then also, how do I model that for my own daughter, my own...
I don't need you to.
You don't need me to. No, but maybe you did when you were younger, right? That me telling you the no's and, having some expectations.
Say the no's. They won't remember. Because to be honest, I could not tell you what she told me no on and what she didn't.
So many times. And it is. So I think that's my takeaway. And then I think I want to challenge myself to maybe grow in my ability to look at myself. And I want to I feel like I do it to like be okay, but I even maybe want to see and love myself a little bit better when I look in the mirror, because I probably way too much do the ick, So that's my takeaway too.
Maybe I'll try that this week.
Yeah. What are your takeaways, Victoria? Looking at your future in front of you with your Mimi and your mother.
She's probably thinking, God help me.
I'm going to blaze my own trail.
My
and be nothing like you two.
I'm beautiful. I don't need plastic surgery. Let's see. Yes. Kids need to act their age. They should be banned from any sort of social media before the age of 16. Say no to your kids. Put your foot down. Be an adult. That's what I got.
Words by Victoria.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us with Dr.
Totally
Therapy
agree
Mom.
with that.
And thanks for coming, Mom.
I had a good time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.